Hey everyone, Brian here from the Commodore 64 Appreciation Society. I recently uploaded a video for the classic game Karateka. The reception has been great, and it's been a lot of fun sharing memories and talking about the game in the comments. And one thing that kept coming up in those comments: let's see it faster. As you probably know, Karateka is, well, slow. Some of that is absolutely by design, but some is just due to the limitations of the 64. Rendering those large bitmap animations is a lot to ask of a 1 MHz machine, and in a few spots, you can really feel it struggling. Fortunately, the Commodore 64 Ultimate gives us a way to explore this. It has a built-in turbo boost that lets us run programs from 2 to 64 MHz. So, what happens if we speed up Karateka? Let's take a look. We'll start at 2 MHz. I can already see a difference. The opening sequence is just zooming along and the timing of the music is off. That's interesting. I don't know if I was expecting the sounds to be sped up as well. I'm glad they're not. Okay, here we go. This feels great. The movement is really fluid. And the combat is terrific. It's still really responsive and acts exactly like the game should, but it feels like it's running at a more natural speed. Of course, it still slows down at the gates. The cutscenes are interesting, with the animations outpacing the sounds. I really do like the combat of the original, but I have to say, this is a refreshing way to play. The walking sections feel a bit goofy because they're just too fast, but the combat is a lot of fun. It's a little more twitchy, but still slow enough that you can plan your moves and counter effectively. It almost feels like an arcade game. So if you've ever wished Karateka was just a little faster, this is basically that version of the game. Oh, that stupid bird. Got him. Well, that seemed inevitable. I think I'll need a few more run-throughs before I'm able to make it to the end, but that's not really the point here anyway. That was fun. I don't know if I'd always want to play at 2 MHz, but it's definitely enjoyable. And if you have a 64 Ultimate, give it a try. But why stop here? Let's see how Karateka runs at 3 times its normal speed. Yeah, this is too fast. Surprisingly, it's still quite playable though. Gotcha. Alright, let's take another jump and see what 6 MHz feels like. Okay, this is fast. Interestingly though, the combat is still playable. It's obviously harder to time your moves and find openings, but these early enemies are still very beatable. Totally ridiculous. How about one more speed boost? Let's take this to 10. Okay, so Karateka becomes completely unplayable somewhere between 6 and 10 megahertz. 2 and 3 are a lot of fun, 10, completely ridiculous. But this was a fun experiment, and it definitely answers the question of how Karateka plays without the lag. Honestly, I'm torn. At 2 megahertz, the combat feels fantastic, but you lose some of that tension, that deliberate pacing that makes Karateka what it is in the first place. But I'm curious what you think. If you have an Ultimate, try it at a few different speeds and let me know what you prefer. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. And do you have memories of Karateka, or have you tried it on the Ultimate and want to share your thoughts? Drop them in the comments. Hope to see you again.